Welcome to the World Reference. I'm your host, Jacob. And to begin, we have these injury updates for Joe Burrow and McAndrews. Both players played on Thursday Night Football. Both left the game with some serious injuries. Joe Burrow left the game after throwing a touchdown where it just looked like it's a flat. He can't get the ball out completely on his own. And he's then looking at his hand in an clenched kind of motion. And Burrow went to the sidelines and did not come back in. At one point, he does come out of the tent to try and throw the ball on the sidelines, but in too much excruciating pain, and ends up not returning into the ball game. Mark Andrews earlier in that game suffers an ankle injury, walks off under his own power. Now we know that Joe Burrow tore ligaments in his wrist. He is done for the year. So it's Jake Browning who will be the 11th rookie to play in a game this year. That's an NFL record. And his first matchup is the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith running around the edge, and Cam Hayward coming through the middle. That's not fun. Choose nothing official through anything but Ian Rappaport and Diana Rossini. It's a cracked fibula on the Ravens. He cracked his fibula and tore some ligaments in his ankle. They are going to go consult with a doctor starting next week, but it seems to be a long-term injury, and he'll likely be out for the rest of the year. No definitive word on that, but it's likely. So what does this mean for the Bengals? Well, it means there's a definite question of, can you win with Jake Browning? Can you keep the ship upright? Because right now, you and the Bills are not in the playoffs. You are the two teams the NFL has decided over the last couple years that you can beat the Chiefs and no one else can. Cincinnati was supposed to play the Bengals on New Year's Eve. That was supposed to happen. It's not happening with Joe Burrow's quarterback. So do you go get somebody? You have 10 days. Try someone out. Maybe a Colt McCoy. You can't really trade for anybody. Maybe you call some people who've retired or have hung it up for a little while but haven't officially retired. Maybe you call them. Because you got to make a decision, at least on this isn't going to work, at least with Jake Browning. He was fine last night, but still, it's a big loss for the Cincinnati Bengals. And for the Ravens, you can't replace Mark Andrews' production. You just can't. The value of him is insane. What he does on the field, Lamar trusts him completely in making his routes, doing his routes properly, and not having him out there is a massive loss. Now, I will make note that the injury that Mark Andrews suffered happened with a hip tackle. Basically, the defender grabs him and kind of pulls him down. And it can lead to some awkward falls for a wide receiver. The Tony Pollard injury last year in the playoff game against the 49ers, similar tackle, except in that one, the 49ers has his hip land on Pollard's ankle. That's what caused the ankle injury, but he also had a broken leg from the tackle. Mark Andrews kind of has a similar fate. Hip tackle, cracks his fibula in his leg. Fibula injury is classified as a broken leg, even though it's not. and torn ligaments and ankle. Very similar. The NFL's trying to ban this tackle. They'll probably succeed in it this year, but it's just making it much harder for a defender to tackle. For the Joe Burrow injury, there was questions on what he was wearing heading to the field as a local media member recorded the players coming off the plane, and Joe Burrow had something on his hand. No one expected, they didn't know what it was. We didn't know if it was a cast, we didn't know if it was a sleeve, we didn't even know what it was. Some people even said it was something that if he was an artist that you hold on to, that you don't smudge the paper, smudge the tablet, so it erases what you do. So there's all that kind of stuff that is floating around. Nothing definitive, but expect the league to reprimand. If Burrow was injured prior to this game, due to the fact he wasn't on the injury report, expect the Bengals to get reprimanded. But as of now, the NFL is just investigating the matter. But 2 blows to AFC North teams. Joe Burrow out for the year, and Mark Andrews likely out for the year for the Bengals and Ravens, respectively. For NFL World, I'm Jake Peebert, out.